Have you ever stopped to think about what really happens to your money while you sleep? No, it's not just sitting there quietly in your bank account. In reality, it's on the move, but not in your favor. While you're resting, other people and institutions are profiting from what's yours. What seems safe might actually be silently making you lose. And the scariest part? This happens every day to millions of people without them even realizing it. Your money is working. The question is, for whom? Stay until the end, because the answer could completely change the way you manage your finances. You deposit your money in the bank, believing it's safe, right? But what few people know, or prefer to ignore, is that this money isn't just sitting there waiting for you. It's being used. Yes, the bank takes your money and puts it to work for them. The truth is simple. Banks make money with your money. When you leave a sum in your checking account or even in savings, the bank doesn't leave it untouched. They lend that money to other people, to businesses, charging sky-high interest rates. And almost none of that comes back to your pocket. Let's imagine you have $10,000 sitting in the bank. While you sleep peacefully, thinking everything is fine, the bank could be lending that money to someone else, charging 10%, 15%, or even more in annual interest. And how much of that comes back to you? Maybe 0.5%, 1%, if you're lucky. It's as if you're working for the bank for free. Worse, you're unknowingly lending your money and getting almost nothing in return. This happens because of something called fractional reserve banking, a complicated name for something simple. By law, the bank is only required to keep a fraction of the money you deposit. The rest, they're free to use it however they want, mostly to generate profit. And that's where the big issue lies. Because while your money is creating wealth, that wealth isn't yours. The sense of security that banks offer is only part of the story. What they don't tell you is that by leaving your money there, you're missing out on opportunities and often supporting a system that profits from your financial inaction. And the worst part, all of this happens while you go about your daily life. While you work, take care of your family, pay bills, and dream of a better life. Your money is in the hands of someone who already knows how to use it to build wealth. Now stop and think. How many years of your life have you spent feeding this system? How many times have you left money sitting idle out of fear, lack of information, or simply not having the time to learn how it could be working for you? And here is the hard truth. No one will take better care of your money than you, but for that to happen, you need to wake up. You need to see beyond what the banks want you to see. And if you thought this was alarming, wait until you find out what else is silently draining the value of your money every single day. Because it's not just the banks that profit from your financial ignorance. Have you ever felt like your salary doesn't stretch as far as it used to? That the same amount of money that once covered everything comfortably now barely covers the essentials? This is not just an impression, it's inflation acting silently every day, eroding the value of your money without you even noticing. Inflation is like an invisible thief. It doesn't break into your house, doesn't smash the windows, doesn't leave any traces. But it steals your purchasing power penny by penny, month after month. And the scariest part? It does all of this while you believe everything is under control. Imagine this. Today, with $100, you can buy a few items at the grocery store. Now, leave that same amount of money sitting there for a year without investing or moving it, just letting it sit idle. When you go back to the store with the same $100, you won't be able to buy the same things. Why? Because prices have gone up, but your money hasn't kept up with that increase. And that's how inflation works. Silent, constant draining, and you know what's worse? Even people who save money in a savings account, thinking they're being prudent, often lose to inflation. Yes, the interest from a savings account is usually lower than the rise in prices. In other words, even saving, you're still losing. This is the kind of truth that nobody teaches in school. Nobody talks openly about it in everyday life. but it's a reality that directly impacts your quality of life, your plans, your dreams. You work hard, you save, you try to do the right thing, but in the end it feels like you're always chasing after losses. And the truth is, if you don't make your money grow, it will shrink. It's that simple. Now you understand why so many people live in debt, frustrated, and with the constant feeling that money is never enough. It's because, in practice, it really isn't enough anymore if it's not properly managed, if it's not protected from inflation, and especially if it's not put to work. It's painful to realize this, but it's necessary. And if all of this already seems concerning, in the next section, you will discover how much money you were losing out on while you sleep, and what could be happening if you were in control. While you sleep, time passes, and with it, opportunities to make your money grow also pass. This is one of the harshest truths in the financial world. Doing nothing also has a price, and that price is called the opportunity cost. Every time you leave your money idle, you're giving up gains you could be making. It's like having a farm in your hands, but never planting anything. The soil is there, fertile. The rain comes, time passes, but nothing grows because you never used what you had. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you have $5,000 saved, sitting idle. If that same $5,000 had been invested in something safe, like the Brazilian Treasury Direct, Tesouro Direto, you could have seen it grow over time, securely. In just a few years, that amount would have earned enough to pay a bill, take a trip, or even start a business. Now think bigger. What if you learned to invest better, to diversify, to seek returns that outpace inflation? How much money have you already missed out on in the last 5 or 10 years because you didn't educate yourself sooner? Most people think investing is only for those who have a lot of money, or that it's too risky. But the truth is, not investing is often the bigger risk. There are accessible, safe investments that put your money to work for you. And that changes everything, because you start earning while you live, while you sleep, while you plan. Your efforts begin to yield real fruits, not just spin in the same cycle. It's at this moment that you stop chasing money, and money starts chasing you. That's why the big question is no longer, how much do you have saved, but what are you doing with what you have? While many continue to sleep, literally and financially, some have already woken up, and they are reaping the rewards of that. Now that you know what really happens to your money while you sleep, the question is, what will you do from now on? Now you know, leaving money idle is like letting opportunities slip through your fingers. While you sleep, it could be used by others, or it could be multiplied by you. The choice is yours, and it starts with one simple step: information and action. If this video opened your eyes in any way, like it now, that shows that the content made sense to you. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because here we speak the truth, no nonsense, to help you take control of your financial life. And there's a lot more coming your way. Comment below. Had you thought about this before? Have you ever gone through a situation where you felt like your money was disappearing without explanation? Sharing your experience could help others too. And if you know someone who is still financially asleep, send them this video now. It could be the push they need to change their life. And to those of you who are new to the channel, welcome to our community. Here, no one gets left behind. We learn, grow, and prosper together. So ready to wake up for good. Your money deserves to work for you, not for others. See you in the next video. Until then.